And our goal is that our young people read, read, read on a daily basis. And we have homework packets for each one of them, instructional materials for each one of our young people at grade level. So when parents come in, if they want, their child is at second grade and they want to challenge their child, they can also pick up a third grade packet or even a fourth grade packet. And if they want to do some more remedial work, they can go a grade below. And we will be here Monday through Friday from 11 to 1 o'clock each day in order to meet the needs of our families. And so this is the first day, and we will only get better at the operation. There was some things that we have to continue to work on and fine-tune, but we will get there. And our whole community, the whole entire MPS family is working together to meet the needs of our young people. And I'm open for any questions that you may have at this time. That is something that we are paying very close attention to. I have some local and state conversations that are taking place, as well as some national conversations that's taking place. We're going back and forth. So we've been looking and we are monitoring that as we go forward, but that very well could be the case. But right now we are not for 100% sure, and we are operating off of the governor's directives until the 14th of April is right now what we are set to return. But we're going to measure that at that particular time and determine whether we need to go further along as well. We're in a pandemic mode right now. This is much different than a snow makeup day, because usually with a snow makeup day, like on last year, we had like 5 or 6 days that we have to make up, and that was a large number. But right now, this is a national pandemic, so we don't know, and we will be taking directions from federal and local government and state government in regard to that. Yes.
Are those required for students? Is that an optional thing? Is it factored into grades at all?
That is an optional thing because we want to keep the learning process fluid and going for our young people, and we want them to have very constructive, academic, conducive things to do when they're home. So this is a continuation of the classroom. There's also in the cover for those individuals that are able to go online. There's a number of different interventions in Google Classrooms and a number of things that young people can stay engaged with as well.
Mr. Mosley, over the weekend you said an MPS employee tested positive for coronavirus. Could you confirm whether or not that employee is a teacher?
No, I cannot.
Is it a man or a woman?
I cannot disclose that information.
Has that been confirmed? It was stated that it was presumed positive?
All I know is what was shared with us with the from the health department, and that's all I can speak to.
What are the plans for the academic plans? Are you working on something to maybe have some more formal classes or academic opportunities for students? Or for now is the plan to have this kind of optional material for students?
This is what we are doing right now. But all of those discussions are being taken, and we are having ongoing conversations. Right after this, I'm going to be on the phone with the Big Five superintendents as well as the state superintendent talking about just those items. And so therefore, right now, there is not an definitive answer of what we will do, but we will all be putting our heads together as a district to kind of talk about that and what that will look like if this proceeds beyond the governor's mandate.
Have you given direction to teachers about whether they should be communicating with students about their learning or doing anything for students right now?
That we have been in total communication with our teachers. We are giving out information on an ongoing basis. Been a number of different written correspondence, emails, and things of this nature, robocalls to our teachers, keeping them totally informed, letting them know what we are doing here today. And also, since we are abruptly closed on Friday, giving them those opportunities to go back into their classrooms to pick up things. We have set aside hours, basically from 8 to 9:30, and also from 3 to 4 o'clock today and tomorrow, where they can go into their classrooms and get things. I have had a number of different calls from various teachers all over the city about what can I do with Google Classroom, how can I keep my students engaged for the IB exam. There's just been a number of different things, but so we're working on how do we work through those items, and that is one of the things that we are going to be coming back, constantly putting our heads together or throughout this process to see how we can better serve our young people and keeping the whole school community involved.
Dr. Mosley, talk to us about the need to actually have these distribution sites to actually pass out these meals, and how many people and families and students do you anticipate will come out to these locations?
There will be a large number, I'm sure. We are 83% poverty in this city, in this district. And so therefore, we have to, and school is where young people belong every single day. And there are so many of people in this city count on schools to make, because families have to work, there's things that they have to do, and we're that education unit throughout the day. So I will see a number of families, we will see a number of families come through. We may even have to open up more sites. Right now we've started out with 20 sites, and we may have to open up more. The other thing that we have looked at is a hotline, so that individuals that we may have missed, that may be in various areas of the city that we may have missed and can't get to a school and maybe not close enough, and we will look at that particular piece. And what we did when setting up the demographics, we looked at the poverty index in various areas of the city to make sure that we could have students coming into those areas. So that is something that we have laid out early, but we may have missed some things, and we understand that, and we are willing to reevaluate. We're going to sit down this afternoon at 2 o'clock and look at what needs to improve and how we need to move forward.
A couple more. Who are the employees working? I assume it's more than lunchroom workers if they're handing out homework.
There is a number of individuals. There are a number of principals. We've got school board members here. We got the MTA here. We got community people have asked to be here, but they are not here because we have to work through that process. But it's our engineering staff is present, as well as all of our school leaders and all of the staff that's at the Central Administration Building has been deployed out to various buildings around the city.
We're talking a lot about social distancing. Parents are going to be standing in line, waiting for younger workers. Are you guys making sure that they're standing 6 feet away from each other?
We have built-in protocol. There's a number of individuals that are standing in there. Some of those individuals are serving as greeters and also monitoring what's happening out to make sure that we can keep the line moving swiftly through and also keeping that distance. And so therefore what we're trying to do, what they are watching out for is when there's a large number of individuals coming at one time to try to keep that distance. So we want to adhere to all of the guidelines that has been recommended.
Last one right here.
Do you foresee this impacting high school graduation, kids being able to go to college or test schools?
Right now, that is too early to say, but what we are going to do is our seniors have been our priority from day one, and we've been looking at all of for the last month when we started working on the pandemic plan. This is something that we have started looking at. How do we make sure that we get all of our seniors where they need to be? And so we have a number of online platforms that we are ready to move forward if needs be, and we can meet the needs of our seniors. So I'm satisfied that we will be able to meet the needs of the over 4,000 seniors that we have in this district that will be walking across the stage. We hope that they will be walking across them. And what I mean by that, because we don't know where this pandemic will take us. And our goal is to get all of our young people. And I've even thought about what would graduation be like, not being able as a high school senior to walk across the stage and shake their principal's hand or shake my hand or whomever. And I just, how you play that back in your mind. Everyone had that golden opportunity to be able to do that. But with the pandemic, what that will look like, not only for high schools, but for colleges and universities as well. So I empathize with that and hope that we find a vaccination so that our young people will have that lifetime memory of being able to walk across the stage in the Milwaukee Public Schools.
All right, thanks everybody.